Welcome to Little John's Yarns. Today we're going to learn how to make the crochet interlocking twist. This is such a cool pattern to make. If you can make the double treble crochet and a chain stitch, you can make this pattern. That's all it consists of. It is two-sided, or it's not two-sided, it's double layered. As you can see, it's twisted on each other. This is just a 2-row pattern repeat. Once you make it through the first 3 rows, which can be difficult, the rest of the rows are just an easy breeze through. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it. All right, so the materials that we'll be using today, I am using a 4mm crochet hook, some scissors, and yarn that was provided by We Crochet. I am using shined worsted weight in a color Cosmopolitan and Blush. All right, so let's hop directly into this cool tutorial. This pattern is worked in multiples of 6 plus 4, but if you don't know multiples, that's fine. Just chain it to the length that you want, but make sure you start with a long chain so we can add or remove 1 or 2 stitches when we make it back to the other side. I started off with 28 stitches. So to begin row number 1, we are going to yarn over 3 times to do a double treble into the 6th chain from the hook. So let's yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and let's go into the 6th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And to complete a double treble, you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. And now we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops until there's no more loops left on your hook. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is your double treble crochet. So this first chain of 5 counts as a double treble. So this is number 2. So now let's double treble into the very next stitch. So yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Into the next stitch. Yarn over and pull through 2 until there's no more loops left on your hook. All right, now begins our pattern repeat. As you can see, we have 3 double trebles. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and double treble into the next 3 stitches. So yarn over 3 times, 1, 2, 3. We skip 3 stitches, and now we're just going to double treble into the next 3 stitches. Make sure I skip the right number of stitches. 1, 2, 3, I did. So double treble into the next, yarn over 3 times. It's always real finicky on the first row. Working into that chain is so awkward. And double treble into the next stitch, yarn over 3 times. And chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Once again, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and place 3 double crochets into the next. That'll be our pattern repeat all the way across. But I want you to stop when you have 3 chains remaining. So pause your video here, continue with the pattern repeat above, and I'll meet you when you have 3 stitches remaining. We've made it to the very end of the row, and you should have ended with 3 double treble crochets for your last 3 stitches. And you should have a remainder of 3 chains left. If you don't have 3 chains left, this is where this handy extra tail comes into the play. You can just insert your hook into that very last chain, yarn over and pull through and start chaining some more. Or if you have too many, you can remove your chains. So we're going to move on to the very next row. So turn your work to the opposite direction, and now we're going to add your secondary color, but flip it upside down. So that remainder chain 3 is up top. Don't mind me, I'm going to cut this extra length right there. Let's attach our yarn to that very first chain with our secondary color. And we're going to begin with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That chain 5 will count as a double treble crochet. Now place 1 double treble into the next 2 chain stitches. Yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Guys, if I accidentally say yarn over twice anytime during this video, it's actually yarn over 3 times. I'm not used to doing double treble crochets. And double treble into the next stitch. Yarn over 3 times. All right, and now begins our pattern repeat. It's almost, well, it's exactly like the row before. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Skip these next 3 stitches, these ones that are upside down, 1, 2, 3, and place 1 treble crochet into the next 3 stitches. These are these 3 open chains, 1, 2, 3. Let's work those together. So yarn over 3 times, 1, 2, 3. All right, that's the first double treble crochet complete. Next stitch, yarn over 3 times, go into the next stitch. And double treble into the next stitch, yarn over 3 times. All right, and that is our pattern repeat all the way across. So you're going to chain 3, skip 3, double treble into the next 3 chains. Remember, chain 3, skip 3, double treble into the next 3 chains. And you're going to end with you're just going to end when you complete these last 3 double treble crochets. All right, pause your video here and I'll meet you at the other side. We've made it to the end of row number 2, and this is what your work should look like. Row number 2 loop should be up top, and row number 1 loop should be at the bottom with 3 stitches remaining. All right, so now we are going to turn our work. Insert your hook back into that same row from before, and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, and 5. That chain 5, as usual, will count as a double treble crochet. Double treble into the very next stitch. All right, now begins the fun part. I want you to fold that back part in half. We're going to begin by starting a double treble as usual. Yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Insert into that very next stitch right here. Now go into the back. Insert your hook into the top of that chain 5 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to complete our double treble crochet. Yarn over and pull through 2 until you have no more loops on your hook. This anchor stitch gets everything in position. Now we're just going to work the pattern pretty much just like the previous rows, but we're working through the back chain 3s. Let me show you. So to begin, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We are going to skip the chain 3s right here and begin with a double treble again. Yarn over 3 times. Go into that first stitch, and this time we're working into that chain 3 space behind your work. Yarn over and go through that and complete your double treble as normal. And that's exactly what all your double trebles will look like. So let me show you again. Your work is together. Yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Insert into that very next stitch. Insert into that chain 3 space behind it and complete your double treble crochet. One more time. yarn over 3 times, 1, 2, 3, insert into the next stitch, and behind back into that same chain 3 space, and complete your double treble crochet. And chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Let me show you exactly what you did and what it looks like. From the front, it just looks like you added 3 double trebles. From the back, since you worked into that chain 3 space, it shifts your work to the side. All right, let me show you what that looks like again. So remember, we are going to double treble into the next 3 stitches, simultaneously going into this same chain 3 space right here. Yarn over 3 times, 1, 2, 3, in through the front, in through the back chain 3 space, and complete your double treble. I'm going to be moving a little bit faster just for demonstrations. All right, so next stitch, yarn over 3 times, in through the next stitch, go back through that same chain 3 space, and complete your double treble crochet. One more time, yarn over 3 times, 1, 2, 3, insert into that next stitch, go back into that same chain 3 space, and complete your double treble crochet. And that is going to be your pattern repeat all the way across. So we are going to chain 3, skip this chain 3 space, and double treble into the next 3 stitches while simultaneously working into the back chain 3 space. All right, so let me show you what it looks like so far. Pause your video and continue with this pattern repeat above, and I'll meet you at the other side. We've made it to the very end of the row, and this is what your work should look like. Make sure you put that last double treble into the top of that chain 5 stitch. All right, now we're just going to turn our work. We're moving down into the pink yarn to the row below. As normal, we're going to start with a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which counts as a double treble stitch. All right, now we're going to place 1 double treble into the next 2 stitches. Double treble into the next stitch. That's 1. Double treble into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, once we move past these foundation rows, it gets so much easier. All right, so now we're going to take this row that's above it and flip it downwards. Like I said, guys, trust me, we're not going to be working this weird for much longer. All right, so just like the rows before, this is not a tricky stitch. We're just going to chain 3, skip these stitches, double treble into the next 3 stitches. Chain 3, skip these stitches, double treble into the next 3 stitches, just like before. All right, so ready? Let's chain 3. 1, 2, 3, skip these stitches. All right, so for this, we're going to be working into the next 3 stitches, but just like before, also into that chain 3 space behind it. All right, so yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3, go in through that next stitch. But don't forget, you're already lined up. There's a chain 3 space directly behind it. Insert your hook through that also, and complete your double treble crochet. Once again, yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Go into the next stitch. And remember, your chain 3 is already directly behind your work. And complete your double treble crochet. Next stitch, yarn over 1, 2, 3. In through the work and behind in that chain 3 space. And complete your double treble crochet. As simple as that, guys. Just keep this folded over, and that is going to be the pattern repeat. So we're going to chain 3, Double treble crochet into the next 3 stitches, maintaining that chain 3 space behind all the way across. Just so you can get a better look on what it looks like behind it, let me turn the work. This is the back of the work. This is that chain 3 space from the back side that you'll be working into. All right, so pause your video here and I'll meet you at the other side. We've made it to the end of the row and this is what your work should look like. All right, you've made it through the tough parts and you pretty much know this stitch pattern. So now it's just going to be a simple 2-row pattern repeat. And it's the 2 rows that we already did before, but I'm going to work it with you again. So we are going to turn our work. We're still working with the same yarn and flip up the back. So it looks just like that. For this next row, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we're just working it the same 3 treble crochets and the same 3 chains. All right, so we're going to we're going to double treble crochet into the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, go into that next stitch. Yarn over and pull through 2 until you have no more loops on your hook. And this 3rd double treble crochet is going to be our anchor stitch. Remember from the previous row? So we're going to yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Go into that 3rd one. And now we are going to connect into the very top of your chain 5 stitch of your previous row's double treble crochet. So remember, right behind it, the top of the chain 5 stitch. Insert through that. And complete your double treble crochet. That is the anchor stitch to get everything aligned. So chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me show you exactly what that anchor stitch is doing from the back. See, this anchor stitch shifted everything perfectly, so you'll be able to work through chain spaces here and stitches through the front. All right, let's continue. Now we're going to double treble into the next 3 stitches, including the chain 3 space behind it. Yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. First stitch and also that chain 3 space, and complete your double treble. I'm going to be moving a little bit faster because you basically know these stitches. Yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3 into the next stitch. Also the chain 3 space behind it, and complete your double treble crochet. One more time. Yarn over 3 times into the next stitch, and also, it's always hard to see, the chain 3 space behind it. And yarn over and pull through all 2 loops on your hook. And that is our pattern repeat. Remember, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Double treble into the next 3 stitches, including that chain space behind it, so it shifts over on a diagonal. So pause your video here, continue with the stitch pattern above, and I'll meet you at the other side. We've made it to the end of the row, and this is what your work should look like. And make sure you pull up a loop. So now we're just going to move on to the second part of our 2-row pattern repeat. Flip your work. And guys, you've already did this part before. We're going to drop down to this row below and chain 5 like normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Double treble into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 3, over into the next. Yarn over and pull through all those 2 loops on your hook. That's 1. Go into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. Back into that next stitch. All right, and just like we did before, we're going to take this row here and flop it downwards. All my yarn is in the way. Here we go. Let me shorten that loop. And pull it all downwards. Now, chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and just like before, we're going to skip these and double treble into the next 3 stitches, including that chain 3 space behind it. So I'm going to work that with you. Yarn over 3 times, go into that first double treble and the chain 3 space behind it, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops until there's nothing on your hook. Repeat, yarn over 3 times, go into that next double treble, also that chain 3 space behind it, and complete your double treble crochet. And for the third one, go into that third double treble right here, also the chain 3 space, and complete your double treble. And that is going to be your pattern repeat. Remember, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me lay this out so you can see it. Skip these 3, then double treble into the next 3 stitches, including the chain 3 space behind it, all the way across. And I'll meet you at the other side and I'll let you see what it looks like. So remember, just follow the pattern above. We just completed the end of this row, and that's it for your 2-row pattern repeat. If you would like to make this bigger, don't worry, I'll leave a timestamp below on where to begin the first part of your pattern repeat, so you can just make this bigger over and over again. All right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure you check out my other crochet tutorials, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye guys.